Hello everyone. A very warm hello to all the people all across the world. So welcome to this wonderful session. We are going to learn something very important in today's session. One thing where we all stumble upon, one thing where we all feel that even if we have very good English, sometimes we don't have the right content. Sometimes we have the content, but we don't know how to speak, what to speak, so as to impress and influence others. So let's go ahead, let's start this wonderful journey. I am Shruti Kaura class. I am an award winner at Unacademy. Let's go ahead, let's start this journey. So you all can have a glimpse of my award, and I carry a special badge. I am remarkable. Most of you have asked me that why do I carry this special badge. Let's go ahead, next. There are a lot of things that are going on. LMP, that is a live mentorship program that talks about the iconic membership. Let's go ahead, get the benefit, but don't forget to use the code SCORALIVE. You have got a beautiful life ahead of you. My advice to all of you, utilize this. Learn a lot of good things that can make your life easier, and this code is one of your key to open the lock of your future. So unlock a bright future by using this code. It will not only fetch you discounts but n number of benefits. Next, as I just shared with you, my code is SCORALIVE. Secondly, there are two subscriptions, Iconic and Plus. You all can get the benefit of Unacademy subscription, and trust me, you will feel a 360-degree improvement in yourself. You'll get rid of so many things in your life, so many, kind of things which are actually disturbing, apart from getting the knowledge. So here you have to use the code in this way. Use the code and then click on proceed to pay. Similarly for the Iconic subscription too. Use this code. Now, there are a lot of batch courses going on. Go ahead and enroll for that. But don't forget to use the code SCORALIVE. Let's go ahead. Next. So there is a Plus subscription. Again, you can have a look at it. Then there is an Iconic subscription. One and only one thing, you have to use this code SCORALIVE. Secondly, prices are going up by 16th of September. So go ahead and enroll that and definitely save yourself from the price hike. Now, MBA 2021 mock test marathon is there. You can subscribe it for 6 months and definitely you'll get a lot of benefits. Now, my favorite quote that I always say, that books that can change your life. I always say that leaders are always readers. Do I actually mean that? Yes. And that is the reason I always take a lot of series that will help you not only in your VRC preparation, but when you'll face the interview, when you'll go for the GDs, you'll be able to tell the other person that you are a well-read person. Everybody, I want all of you to actually write in your chat box. The topic for today is how to talk to anyone part 1. So this is the book. It will give you tricks for big success in your professional and personal relationships. It has got some practical tips, some actionable tips which you can put into action. It's not just theory class. It's not just theory. It will give you practical, actionable items that you can implement in your life. Definitely, it will help you to impress and influence others. Moving further, this book will help you in your job interviews, in your business dealings. If you are meeting someone for the first time, if you're talking to your crush on some date, as I shared with you, be it your personal, be it your professional relationships, class, everybody all across the world, those who are listening to me right now, right here, right now, I would like to tell to all of you that this book can actually act as a panacea for all your troubles related to communication, related to actually how to improve your relationships, be it professional, be it personal. Next, if you really apply these techniques, the question that is going on in your mind is that, ma'am, how will these techniques help me? Actually, when you apply these techniques, it will help you to leave an everlasting impact on your audience, on your listeners, on the people around you. Everlasting means that even though you have met them, let's say for half an hour, 45 minutes or 1 hour, once you leave, right, once you leave the discussion, once you both say goodbye to each other, even after then, these tricks will help you to have an everlasting impact on the people around you. Let's go ahead. Next. Now, talking in a good way is definitely the best method to deal with people. Yeah, I'm talking, most of you are thinking that, ma'am, we generally talk in a good way, right? We all have got, we all are cultured. We all have got our manners and etiquettes. We generally talk in a very nice way, cultured way. But is this the only thing? Is there any other magical formula that can help us? Yes. There is a magical formula that can help you leave great first impressions and everlasting impact. And with the help of this formula, you can make people feel comfortable around you. Most of you must have felt that generally when you talk too much to, others, somewhere people get uncomfortable in talking to you. Have you all felt that? Somewhere, everybody, I can see a lot of people here. Have you ever felt that when you have, talked to someone for a very long time, that person felt like leaving the conversation? Maybe the conversation went boring after some time. Initially it was good, but after that you started feeling those jerks. So this particular magical formula will help you, to make people feel comfortable around you. Now, definitely this book will help me like how to talk in a way so as to gain the respect from the other person. But am I actually going to get the respect as well? Apart from impressing and influencing others, am I going to get the respect of the other person? Yes. See, you're getting so many things. You're impressing the other person, you're influencing the other person, you are leaving an everlasting impact, you are getting the respect from the person as well. My God, that's very good. Let's go ahead. Oh my God, who is she? Who is this beautiful lady? She is the author of this book, How to Talk to Anyone. That is Leil Lowndes. She's an internationally acclaimed writer, a communications expert, motivational speaker, corporate trainer, and she specializes in subconscious interactions. Leil Lowndes, this is her name. Let's go ahead. Now, the first question that is there in your mind is how to intrigue everyone without saying a word. I did not say a word, ma'am. Sometimes, I feel that whenever I speak English, maybe my English is not good. Sometimes you could feel that. And still, you have that desire, you have that urge to impress the other person. So how to impress someone without saying a single word? Oh my God, is this possible? Let's go ahead and find out. Now, when you meet someone, let's say, if by the grace of God, if we all are going to meet someday, so you generally have only 10 seconds to impress someone. In the initial 10 seconds, the other person will develop some sort of perception towards you. And within those 10 seconds, you should be able to talk to the other person. The other person is going to see you, how you are walking, how's your behavior, how are you thinking, and what are you thinking at that particular point of time. So your facial expressions are going to play an important role. See, I'm not speaking anything. Right now, I'm telling all of you that I am not going to utter a single word. Still, will I be able to impress, influence, or leave an everlasting impact on someone? Yes, you can. You could. Your facial expressions matter a lot. Next. So what is the first technique? How to actually intrigue, impress, or influence someone without saying a single word. The flooding smile. Oh my God, flooding. We have heard flood only as a natural disaster, only as a catastrophic failure. So the flooding smile. Now, do I need to smile like this whenever I see someone? Hey, do I need to say like this? No. Don't just flash an immediate smile. Come on, I'm saying, even though I'm telling you the flooding smile, even though I'm telling that to you, but don't flash an immediate smile. Rather, look at the face of other person. For some time, look at the face of other person, then pause, and then show a big warm smile. Again, I'm repeating, when you're going to meet someone, don't just flash an immediate big broad smile. Look at the face of other person, pause, and then give a very warm, big, responsive smile. Hey. Did you see that all across the world, all across India? Even some of the highly renowned people of the business world, and definitely in some other areas as well, they use this technique. Trust me, some of the highly renowned people of the world use this technique. Why should I do this? Now the question is, why should I kind of give a big flooding smile? What's the benefit that I'm going to get out of it? Let's find out what is the benefit that I'm going to get out of it. You know, sometimes smile can look like have you heard of the term plastic smile? Sometimes smile look too fake, but sometimes it look too original. So mind you, smile can either make you look fake or original. It depends on you what and how you're going to show it. If I give a slow smile, and not immediately I saw the person and I started smiling, I started giving a warm smile. No, give a slow smile. You look at the other person's face, pause, and then give a slow smile. Why? What is the benefit? It looks more genuine. Rather than a fast smile, it looks more genuine. Second, how to strike everyone as if you are an intelligent and an insightful human being. And again, you are not uttering a single word now with your eyes. Just by using your eyes, how are you going to show to the other person that you are an intelligent and an insightful human being? First technique, we use the flooding smile. Second technique, we are using the eyes. Now, how to use the eyes? You know, 80% of the impression depend upon our eyes. 80% is too much, right? Because sometimes even eyes do the talking. You must have heard in Hindi, aankhein baatein karti hain. Have you heard this phrase in Hindi all across India, all across the world? Absolutely correct. So 80% of your impression depend upon your eyes. Your eyes show your emotions, you know. Your eyes show your emotions. Your eyes may show your current state of mind too. I'm not just talking about ki aankhein baatein karti hai, so it only talks about the emotional things. No. It shows your current state of mind too. So in that case, be honest. All across India, first smile. Second, when you're looking at someone, because eyes is going to do the talking without you talking, without you start talking. So in that case, be honest. Now, what is the benefit of eye contact? We have been asked to always make an eye contact with the person. Okay, we do it sometimes, right? But then what is the benefit? You know, eye contact ensures that your thoughts are not getting distracted. If you're looking into someone's eyes, for example, if let's say, imagine yourself, all of you imagine yourself, let's say you all are sitting right now in front of me. And and I am talking to each one of you one by one. So I am looking into your eyes, you're looking into my eyes, so maybe we both can get distracted. Why? Because obviously I'm looking somewhere and I'm thinking something else. I can get distracted. But if you maintain an eye contact, I'm repeating it again, but if you maintain an eye contact, then you will be perceived as an intelligent speaker. This is called as sticky eyes. Now, what do I mean? Well, it doesn't mean that you have got something, stick to your eyes. No. It's just the term that the writer is using. She's using the term, and this is a technique too, that is sticky eyes. So don't break eye contact even after the other person has finished talking to you. Even though, let's say, the other person has finished talking to you. So are you going to immediately remove, your eye contact? Are you going to do that? No, don't do that. First, maintain an eye contact, and the benefit is that why should we maintain an eye contact? Because the other person will perceive you as an intelligent and insightful speaker, because that means you're not getting distracted by looking into someone's eyes. Point number 2. Now, when the conversation has ended, do I need to quickly remove the eye contact? No, that is not recommended. But I need to look somewhere else. The next question is, but I need to break the contact. I need to look at somewhere else. So what should I do in that case? You could take off your eyes. Okay, now when the conversation has ended, you could take off your eyes, but slowly and reluctantly. Don't show the other person as if you are very eager to look here and there. Right? Do it slowly and reluctantly. Next, why? How will this help me? Why should I do it slowly? Why should I do it reluctantly? How will this help me? Let's go ahead. Basically, you are telling the other person, or you are hinting the other person, that you have some respect inside you towards that person. It sends a message of comprehension, that you have comprehended the other person, and now, as a token of respect, as a gesture of respect, now you are removing that eye contact slowly and slowly. Is that point clear? Warm, flooding smile, eye contact, be honest, maintain an eye contact, then break the eye contact only when the conversation has ended, but that too slowly, slowly, slowly. Next, oh my God, can I use my eyes to make someone fall in love with me? My God. That's a very nice image, but this is a genuine question. We all are mature, we all are adults, okay? So the question is there, definitely it's there, in our minds, that can I use my eyes? Agar aankhein baatein karti hain, so can I use my eyes to make someone fall in love with me? Oh, is it? Let's go ahead and find out. Have you ever seen a policeman talking to a thief? Or have you seen a policeman, a cop doing an interrogation? Has he ever breaks his eye contact while talking to a criminal or while doing an interrogation with the criminal? No, he never does. A policeman, I'm not just talking about falling in love or something like that, but I'm just talking about somebody professional, a cop. So while he is talking to a criminal, or even during an interrogation, a serious interrogation, he never breaks his eye contact. Okay, so do you. Is it? Let's go and find out. Next. Even in a meeting, a boss never breaks an eye contact while talking to his team. Like I am talking to you. I am looking at you. I am not breaking my eye contact with you. Similarly, a policeman and a boss towards his employee too. So if you want someone to fall in love with you, keep an eye on that person. What do I mean by that? I'll explain that keep an eye. What do I mean by that? Don't interpret it in a broader sense. I'm talking in a very specific sense. I'll explain you what do I mean by this. Now, see, most of the time it's not going to be the case that you will get a chance to do a one-to-one conversation with the person you like. It could be a group of 2, 3, 4 or 5 people. You could be in a group. Now in a group, how are you going to hint to the other person that you are interested in that person? Let's go ahead and find out. Now, even in that group of 2, 3 or 4 people, you are not the only speaker, right? You are not the only speaker. You have to make a contact with the targeted person. See, I'm repeating again. Please listen to me. If you really want someone to fall in love with you, but then again the problem is that you are not in a one-to-one conversation with that person. You are in a group, right? Whenever you meet, you are always in a group of 2, 3, 4, 5 or 10 people. So in that group, maintain an eye contact with the targeted person. Even though you are not the speaker, somebody else is the speaker, still look at the other person. Rather, what did I just say? That, rather than listening to the speaker, show an interest. For example, let's assume if this person is speaking, but this lady is interested in this person. So she is not listening to this speaker, rather she is looking at this person, right? She is giving a hint by looking at the person who is a non-speaker. So this eye contact will definitely show this targeted person that she is interested in him, right? As compared to the speaker. So even you have to do this in a group. Now class, this is a sensitive technique. As I told you, that don't just take things in a very broader perspective. I'm talking very specifically. So this is a sensitive technique. You should know how to use it, when to use it rightly, in a balanced manner. Be balanced. Else, what will happen? I'll tell you. This is the technique 3. That is the epoxy eyes. If you stare at someone too much, that person might get offended. In the sense, I'm telling you, the question was, with the help of my eyes, will I be able to make the other person to fall in love with me? And I am sitting in a group of 10, 25, 10 people. So here, the technique that I told you is that even if the person is a non-speaker, right, you look at the other person if that is a targeted person. If the speaker is a targeted person, obviously look at the speaker. But if you do, if you look at the other person in this way, if you maintain an eye contact, then the other person might get offended. Why? Because you are staring at the other person. So be balanced. Strike a balance, maintain a balance, use this sensitive technique properly. Only pay attention to that particular person whom you want to impress. Please, here if you are confused that if I like 2 or 3 people, don't do that, right? It's not right. There is only one person we could like or we could fall in love. So look only that one person. Don't look at here and there, even though you have some other intentions in your mind. Don't do that. Next. Now here, eyes trust with the idea. Now what is the benefit? Even if I am not looking at the speaker, I am looking at the targeted person, what is the benefit? Through this eye contact, you are showing the targeted person, hey, I can't take my eyes off you. I only have eyes for you. I can't take off my eyes from you. Even though you're not the speaker, I can't take my eyes off you. I like you so much that I have kept my constant attention on you. Even I only have eyes for you. Anyway, let's go ahead. Now, intense eye contact can be a turn on. Class, if you maintain an intense eye contact, it can be a turn on, but do it naturally. Maintain a natural eye contact. Show them that you are interested in them, and then show them that you are not only interested in them, but what they are talking. If the targeted person is speaker. Next, I smiled, I looked at someone, I made an eye contact. It's good, but do it only when The other person is interested in you. I'm giving someone a flooding smile. I'm making an eye contact. I am making the other person, I feel that, the other person should fall in love with me. In that case, the formula that I just told you, that is intense eye contact. Do it only when you feel, yes, somewhere the other person is also interested in you. Otherwise, don't do it. Next. Now, everybody wants to be a winner wherever you go. If you go to a party, so rather than saying, hey, I am so and so, people will say, hey, there comes he or there comes she, right? So in that case, how to look like a big winner wherever you go? I mean, it's good to get the attention from others. When you get the attention from others, you feel good. But then, why people will give you attention? Are you, a Nobel Prize winner? Are you somebody? Actually, those who are winners, they have a very different way of walking, talking, standing, and they exude self-confidence. I'm telling you how you can look like a winner in each and every situation. I'm giving you some of the characteristics of all the winners. That winners have a very different way of talking, walking, and they exude so much self-confidence that you automatically gets attracted towards them. So feel that trust and happiness inside. Don't just, show kind of a fake emotions. Don't just show fake emotions. Feel that happiness inside you. Feel that trust inside you, so that, people who are standing with you, they can feel your vibes. They can feel those positive vibes from you. And even if they want to ignore you, they are unable to ignore you at all. I'm repeating again, if you really want to be a winner in any situation, winners have some peculiar characteristics. They have a very different way of talking, walking, and even, behaving. They exude a lot of self-confidence, and their body emits a lot of positive vibes. So wherever they go, people actually fail to ignore them. Even if howsoever hard they try, people cannot ignore them. Now, in that case, what my posture should be? Is it like that? Do I need to stand like a robot? No. I need to maintain a straight posture, as if this is a trapeze artist. You can see that, stand as if, your teeth, you're hanging by your teeth on a trapeze bar. In the sense, maintain that body, that posture which is straight, which is completely erect. You're not just kind of, having that slouchy kind of a attitude or a posture. No. Maintain a very straight and a firm posture. Second, is it possible to win somebody's heart by responding to their inner infant? Point number one. The question you ask is that, can I make someone fall in love with me through my eyes? Second question is it possible to win somebody's heart if I approach that, inner infant inside him or her? Now, what do I mean by inner infant? I'll tell you. If you look at kids, they are so innocent. You look at them and you feel that happiness inside. You feel like hugging them. You feel like sleeping with them by cuddling them. You feel like, kind of doing some kind of cheeky chew on them. So when we meet somebody, we know that person is feeling something inside him, right? We should never kill our childish innocence. Have that childish innocence inside you. Because feelings are very pure in the childhood. If you look at kids, they are very pure, they are very innocent. They just speak whatever comes to their mind. They don't think so much. Similarly, you should not kill your childish innocence. Now, this is called as a technique 5. Oh my God, that's a very nice image. The big baby pivot. What do I mean by this technique, and what am I supposed to do in this technique? The instant you are introduced to somebody. Let's say I introduce you to somebody, right? So that person is your new acquaintance. Greet that person with a flooding smile, with a very warm smile, a total body turn. Turn your body like this. Oh, hey! A total body turn and undivided attention. Continuously pay attention to that person, because again, what you are trying to do, you are trying to win somebody's heart by actually touching that infant baby kind of thing inside him. What do I mean by that? I'll tell you. What is a mystery? Why people will like you? What is the mystery behind people making people like you? Tell them that you also like them. Have you ever seen a kid? You can easily make a kid like you or love you. Why? Because if you start playing with the kid, if you start showing some love, affection, care towards the kid, that kid will automatically get attracted towards you. Right? Initially, the kid could be a little reluctant, but later on, he or she will automatically move towards you. Similarly, show to the people how much you like them. Right? A total body turn, undivided attention. This is what is required. Next, sometimes we meet strangers. Here, the case was of an acquaintance. Like I introduced you to somebody else, and then, of course, you gave a smile, you maintain an eye contact, you give a total body turn and an undivided attention. But now, the case is of meeting some stranger. Do we need to do the same thing with the stranger? Sometimes we meet strangers who meet us as if they know us. Right? Have you ever met a stranger in your life who has met you in a way as if he or she knows you from a very long time? Yes, these are the people, they leave an everlasting impact. Right? So what do we remember about them? Why they leave an everlasting impact on us? Because we remember their friendly behavior. Even after the meeting, we remember their friendly behavior. So whenever you meet anyone, a stranger, meet like an old friend. Hey buddy, how are you? Oh, it's really nice meeting you. Right? So the point I'm trying to make here is that for an acquaintance, things could be a little different, but for a stranger, a complete stranger, total stranger, if you're going to meet like an old friend. Behave as if the other person is your friend, and that friend or that person is meeting you after a long time. Do this thing in your mind. Now the question is that, ma'am, how to make someone feel like an old friend? I am meeting someone, the other person has not seen your lecture. Then maybe the other person would find it a little eccentric if you are meeting him in this way. So how can I make someone feel like an old friend at once? So class, everybody, please learn this. This will really help you. So when you meet your old friend, you're always on cloud nine. You're always excited, super excited, joyous. This is what happens. You feel like discussing everything in just one day. 24 hours, all of a sudden 24 hours seems so short to you. So this is what, when this kind of things happen, when you meet an old friend after a very long time and you feel like discussing everything in just one day. So if you meet someone with the same attitude, hey buddy, like an old friend, you're smiling, you're showing as if you're meeting that person after a long time. So what it shows, how will this benefit you? So it will not only shows your self-confidence, that you're meeting a stranger with that same self-confidence, but it will help you to impress others too, because just now I shared winners have a very different way of behaving, talking and walking, and they exude so much self-confidence. So this is technique called as hello old friend. Getting the point? This technique is called as the hello old friend. Now, so next time you're going to meet someone, play this mental trick on yourself, see the other person like an old friend, and how will this help you? This will really help you in making yourself feel more confident, more energetic. So next time, if you're going to meet a total stranger and you really want to impress, influence, or leave an everlasting impact on that stranger, start your conversation by playing this mental trick on yourself that I am going to meet a very old friend of mine. And automatically, you'll feel that confidence and energy inside you. Now, will it actually show the other person that I am a positive and a confident person? Yes, it does. It's going to show the other person. And even the other person will feel friendly even in the first meeting. Even the other person will feel friendly in the first meeting. Why? Why is that the case? Why that other person will start feeling friendly? Because it really doesn't matter to people how much you know. आपको कितना आता है इससे लोगों को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. What matters to them is that उनके बारे में आपको कितना आता है. How much you know them and how much you care for them. आपको कितना आता है, right? How much you know, it really doesn't matter to them, but how much you know about them and how much you care for them, it really matters to them. Let's go ahead. Now, if I, flash a warm, a big flooding smile, if I maintain eye contact, if I, behave, or if I, approach the inner infant of the other person, or if I don't kill my inner childhood, if I meet someone like an old friend, will I look credible to others? How will I prove my credibility that I am doing it for a good intention, for a good purpose? I don't have some other intentions, right? How to come across as 100% genuine, positive personality, 100% credible. Now here, this is what in the picture what they are doing. What's the name of this particular image? Any one of you, all across India, all across the world. Actually, they are doing some pinky promise, right? This is what is shown in the picture. So always fulfill your promises. Always fulfill your promises. This is one of the best way to make others believe you. If you have promised something to someone, fulfill that promise. Never break your promises. I'll repeat once again. The question that must be there in your mind is that, ma'am, if I flash a very big smile, if I maintain an eye contact, if I don't kill that, childhood innocence inside me, if I meet any stranger like a, old friend, so, will that sound credible to the other person? Will I be perceived as a genuine person? Yes. So in that case, the only thing that you have to do is that try to fulfill all your promises. One of the best way to make others believe you, howsoever hard it is, fulfill your promises. Next. Now, oh my God, what a cheerful image. Now, if this becomes a part of your behavior, if fulfilling your promises, right, if you're too honest, if this becomes a part of your behavior, ultimately it will show in your body language as well. And trust me, people will start trusting you blindly because you always fulfill your promises, you're honest, your eyes speaks millions of words or emotions, you always make sure that you end up showing your credibility. So people will trust you blindly. Next, I need to limit the fidget. What do I mean by fidget? Or what is fidgeting? When I do a lot of body movements, right? When I'm doing a lot of body movements while talking to someone. For example, I'm changing the positions of my hands. I'm not keeping a straight posture. I'm squirming on my chair. So, I'm looking here and there while talking. First of all, I am maintaining an eye contact, but I'm doing a lot of fidgeting. I'm touching my hairs, I'm touching my face, I'm touching my beard, I'm looking here and there. I'm not maintaining a proper eye contact. So what this shows me, this shows you as a nervous, as someone who's a liar, right? I'll prove this thing. In the real world, it has already been proven. I'll prove this to you, but limit your fidgeting. If you're sitting, sit in a right posture. As I just told you, winners have a very different way of walking, talking and behaving. Similarly, if you really want to, showcase yourself as a credible person, so limit fidgeting. Don't do fidgeting. Otherwise, you'll be perceived as a nervous or a liar. But the question is that, ma'am, I am speaking truth and still I am fidgeting while talking. Maybe I'm slouching on my chair, I'm squirming on my chair, I'm twiggling, I'm twitching, I'm scratching, I'm itching, I'm doing something. Actually, even though I'm speaking the truth, but I am nervous, still I'm doing fidgeting. I'm not lying. So you have to follow these methods and your life will change. See, whenever you're talking to someone, don't touch your face. Right? Some people have a habit of doing like this. Right? They do like this. Don't touch your face. Point number one. Without any movement, don't do a movement. Sit like this. Do a conversation in a straight posture. As if I am sitting like this, I am talking to you in a straight posture. Don't do any movement. Don't scratch anything from your hand, such as forehead, trousers. Some people do it with the trousers, with the shirt, or even they do it with the neck. Don't do that. If you really want to impress or influence the other person, limit your fidgeting. If you really want to win the trust of somebody, then if you cannot completely, reduce, or if you cannot completely make your fidgeting zero, at least try to minimize it in between the conversation. So no fidgeting, class. From now onwards, write it down. लिखते रहो आप लोग in your live chat. Flooding smile, eye contact, the big baby pivot, then hello friend, then limit the fidgeting. Right? Of course, sticky eyes, epoxy eyes, they are there. But I'm just giving you the overall gist. Next. So the idea is that just keep your hands away from your face. Look at what this girl is doing. Don't do such kind of things. Keep your hands away from your face. You know what happened on September 25, 1960? Yes, in 1960, on September 25, there was a presidential debate between Richard Nixon, the person on the left-hand side, and JFK, that is John F. Kennedy, again the person on the left-hand side. You know, in that presidential debate, Richard Nixon lost. You know why? Because people saw him doing fidgeting and rubbing his eyebrows. I'm telling you a real life example. On September 25 in 1960, there was a presidential debate between Richard Nixon and JFK, and Richard Nixon lost because people saw him fidgeting and rubbing his eyebrows. So what people assumed, he failed to establish his credibility and rapport between the people. People assumed that Richard Nixon was lying. Getting the point? So this is what you have to keep in your mind. Don't do such kind of things. Next. How to make sure you don't miss a single beat. What do I mean by that? Sometimes you don't have the full context of the conversation. Sometimes you don't know the complete context. And you sometimes end up taking some wrong decisions, committing some mistakes in your mind. And later on, if you are proven wrong, you develop some kind of facts based on your understanding, but that understanding could be wrong. And later on, you are proven wrong. So it will definitely affect your personality. See, you stated some facts, some figure, and according to you it was right, but later on if it was proven wrong, it will affect your personality negatively. So what are we supposed to do? Analyze the truth of any situation. For example, let's say if you're talking about the presidential debate of 1960, or if you're talking about Captain Vikram Batra, or if you're talking about any athlete winning the gold medal, then go and check the truth of that situation before speaking, so that each and every word of yours sounds right. Those who are listening to you, they should know that if this word is coming from this person, it's absolutely correct, it's absolutely right, because you have a tendency of verifying the information from different sources, or you never come up with the wrong information. Next, how this could be possible? If I actually have to see in certain ways that I can come up as a credible person, again, do I need to keep an eye around myself? Yes, keep an eye around you. Now, this technique is called as hands horse sense. What is hands horse sense? First of all, let me ask you the question, what is horse sense? Common sense is called as horse sense. Now, let's take an example. Have you ever realized that you're watching a TV and suddenly a call, came to you, so you muted the TV and you started talking on the phone. So although the TV is mute, right? But the picture, the image, the program in the TV is still going on and you are on the call. Two things are going on simultaneously. Your eyes are looking at the television, your ears are on the call. Still you were able to understand what was going on in the television. You completely understood, even in that scenario when you were on call, the television was on mute, you were able to understand exactly what happened in the television in that particular program, because you judged the context from the facial expressions. This is what you have to do, class, everybody. This is what you have to do when you're meeting others in a group, in a social gathering. Keep an eye around you. Look at the facial expressions of the people. Observe how people are reacting. And accordingly, adjust or change your mood. The fact is that adjust and change your mood by observing your listener. Observe how they are responding to you. Now the question still remains unanswered. What do I mean by hands? Horse sense we got it, it's common sense. But why this word is there, hands? I'll tell you, this is the horse that could do maths. Or rather, this was the horse that could have done maths. That used to do maths. So in that case, Hans was a horse, right? It was a performing horse in Berlin in the late 19th and the early 20th century. Now, he was celebrated for demonstrating remarkable intelligence. He had remarkable intelligence. So generally, this phenomena is called as the clever Hans effect. What is this clever Hans effect? It is used in psychology. It is used to describe when an animal or a person senses what someone wants them to do. In the sense, you are not telling someone explicitly, but that horse is sensing what you want the horse to do, even though you are not deliberately giving signals. Did you get the point? What did I just say? What is clever hands effect? What do you have to do? You have to develop the hands horse sense. That means you just have to observe others, and you will understand by the expression of others that what you have to do, just like what Hans did in the late 19th century and the early 20th century. The horse was able to decode what his owner wants him to do without the owner deliberately giving signal to him. So it is important to take this effect into account when you're testing animal intelligence or human intelligence. Generally, this hands effect, clever hands effect, comes into picture. So keep an eye on how your listener is actually reacting to what you are saying. Now the next point is that first of all, you have observed your listeners, and then talk accordingly. So when it's the time for you to react, what do you have to do? Just observe to your listeners, react to, just listen, then react to what you are saying, and then plan your moves accordingly. Basically, observe your listeners, look at them and react only when your moves are already planned. You know that what you have to talk. So watch the scene before you make the scene. Before you are going to make a scene, watch the scene. Observe the people around you. Practice the super somebody you want to be ahead of time. If you really want to be ahead of time, right? If you really want to rehearse, or if you really want to, go ahead, then practice that super somebody. So basically everyone needs help here. So you have to give the flooding smile. You have to maintain an intense eye contact. You have to say hello friend, and you have to limit the fidget. Then you have to use your horse sense, that is your common sense, to judge your listeners and others if you are in any kind of professional personal setting. Now before I go ahead, I would like to tell you a very simple thing that I'm going to cover in the next part, that is how to talk to anyone part 2. This was the point when I am actually impressing the other person without saying a word, or I have just said hi. I gave a big smile. I'll just tell you, I gave a very big warm smile. I maintained an eye contact, even though if I want someone to fall in love with me, again I shared the technique with you. I met someone like an old friend. I limited fidgeting so that people will perceive me as trustworthy. Then I'll use my common sense and I'll observe others before making the move. Now the question is, I have said hi, and I really want to impress the other person. What am I going to say after hi? Basically, how am I going to start a small talk with that person? What am I going to do? So whenever you meet someone, try not to start talking about work. Don't just quickly jump in asking, hey, what do you do? On which project are you working? No, don't directly jump in talking about work immediately. Wait for some time. Listen to others. Small talk is not about facts or words. It's not about facts. It's about the music. Feel the music between the two of you. Don't just jump that I will start talking randomly. Let me talk that I am a software professional, or I am a marketing manager, or I am a scientist. Don't just jump into directly introducing yourself, right? Because small talk is all about music and the melody. And why you are doing that small talk after hi? Are you going to make the other person uncomfortable? No. Make the other person at ease. Match their mood. Because if you match their mood, it can either make or break the sale. Don't just, when you have said hi, you have done all these methods of flooding smile, intense eye contact, hello old friend, that big baby pivo, then limit fidgeting, and then hands horse sense. After doing all these things, now it's time to do the small talk. But you should know the purpose of small talk. Most of the time I have seen that you always say that I am so and so. Why you have that tendency to jump to this particular line? What is the purpose? Are you going to tell to the other person that you are somebody? This is not the right time. First, make the other person comfortable. Match his or her mood. What do I mean by try to match the mood? For example, you are sad and the other person is excited. He is coming to you with a lot of excitement and enthusiasm. So don't you think you will feel a little sad? You don't want to talk to that person. Rather, you get annoyed by that person because you are sad and the other person is so excited. Wrong. Second scenario. The other person has lost his or her job, or he has just had a breakup, and you are acting funny. So don't act funny. Just because you are in a good mood, you are in a funny mood, it does not mean that you will talk according to your own mood. Match your mood with the other person. That is very important. After hi, once you have said hi, make the other person at ease by matching his or her mood. Why? Because understanding a person's mood is very important. Only when you see a mood match, like your mood is matching with the other person's mood, then only start a conversation. Now it's time to start the conversation. Now it's time to hit the hammer. First, I did all these techniques. Then after hi, I did a mood match. We all came, alright, try to come with the other person at the same platform with the same mood. You both are in the same, mindset. Then it's time to start the conversation. So this technique is called as a mood match. Look at this image, a person in a lot of moods. So almost anything you say really is okay. It's not necessary that you have to talk about some, difficult topics or very high-fi topics in order to impress. No. Here at this stage, I'm talking of this stage class. In this stage, whatever you say is okay as long as it's putting the other person at ease and it sounds passionate to him or her. So now the ultimate question remains, ma'am, how should I put people at ease? How to put people at ease? So basically, you can put people at ease by convincing them that they are okay and the two of you are similar. In the sense, you are completely comfortable in talking to them and the other person is also okay and comfortable and the two of you are similar. That is how you can make the other person at ease. The last question before I say the final goodbye. This is a very interesting topic. I would definitely, teach you all the techniques and the tips to talk to anyone, right? But look at it, how to sound like you have got a super personality. Now, is it really necessary to show to others that, you are some Superman, Spider-Man or some super personality? Actually, no. It's very important for you to appear to others as exactly as you are. Don't just show to others as if you are some super personality, you are some magician who's capable of doing anything. No. Show to others exactly you are, because if you don't show your real personality, you know what will happen? Actually, the other person's perception towards you would be changed, because in the first meeting you showed something else and now your different colors are appearing in front of the other person. So don't show your real personality, right? And the reason why we try to become a super personality, because we think what the other person will think about me. What we try to generally speak what others want to listen. We don't speak what we want to listen. We generally speak what others want to listen. So trust me, according to writer, that is a Leil Lowndes, the first spoken word are the best. I mean, the first spoken words or the first spoken word is the best. Whatever it is, whatever you'll speak in the first moment, at the first moment, that is best. So just be yourself. Don't show as if you are some super personality. So if you become too much careful before speaking your first word, it will kill your original personality. For example, I want to show others that I am some super personality and I started thinking too much in my mind. I want to impress that person. I want to impress that person. What should I speak? No. Don't just think too much before speaking, because it will kill your personality. It will be devastating. So this technique is called as proceed with passion. Tone is more important than text. I'm repeating again, what you are speaking is not important. The way you are speaking is important, because 80% of your listeners' impression has nothing to do with your words. Anything you say is fine as long as you're not complaining. It's neither rude nor unpleasant. So please, after hi, don't immediately jump to conversations. Simply look, observe, try to do a mood match. After the mood is matched, you can start the conversation, but don't try to be a super personality. Just be yourself. And whatever you are speaking, it is important, but not the most important thing. What is the most important thing? Tone. And the tone should not be complaining, rude, or unpleasant. So before I go ahead to the next point, I'll take that in the next part. Before that, I hope you really enjoyed the session. I'll share the assignment in the comment section of this video. It is requested from all of you to complete the assignment so that tomorrow you should be able to face the world. You should be able to talk to anyone. You know what is right and what is wrong. So I'll take your leave. This is Shruti Kaura signing off for today. All the best. Take care. We'll meet you in the next part. All right. Goodbye.